So I'm going to teach you guys how to create a comedy channel of videos at your facilities. And then I'm going to show you an alternative to that. So I'm Frank Chindamo. I especially love two things, as you can see, comedy and technology. Well, I also loved a couple of other things. That would include my dad, Joe Chindamo, my brother, Robert Chindamo, and my stepfather, Bill Harrison. And unfortunately, all three of them passed away in hospitals. Yeah, and especially hard to lose a little brother. So I asked some of the doctors there at the hospitals if there was anything that we could do to make it a little bit of a cheerier place, to make it a little bit less stress-inducing, nervousness-inducing, anxiety-producing sort of a place. And they said, well, we have a meditation channel on the TV. And I said, how many people actually watch that? And they said, nobody. They said sometimes people fall asleep to it, but really nobody. And so I said, well, you know, I had a company called Fun Little Movies. Maybe I can make some fun little movies for you guys, and we could put them on the TVs. And they said, yeah, that'd be fantastic. And so here, I'll fast forward to that slide where we actually did it. We played it, at, where, oh, come on now. We played it at Kaiser Permanente Hospital in Los Angeles and at Cedars-Sinai. And all right, well, I'll find it in a minute. And they said, this is a nice to have, but not a need to have. Come on, I have this slide.
This is not good for my ADD.
There it is. So here it is at Kaiser Permanente. It was playing on their TVs, and they even wrote an article about it that was hung up in the bathrooms. So I felt honored by that.
You've arrived.
Yes, I've arrived, yes. And this is the only place where the hecklers help you. So they said it was a nice to have, but not a need to have, because I couldn't collect any data or results. They didn't know whether people liked it or not. It was just, you know, so that's $20,000 of my money down the drain. But it was a learning experience. So here's what was playing at the hospital TVs. Now, I'm giving you a trigger warning. This was all stuff that was playing on the TV channels that were available at the hospital. It's gross. So what I want you to do is, when you've had enough, just raise your hand. And after a couple of hand raises, we will stop the video. Otherwise, it'll go on for...
In the hospital, or even visited someone in a hospital, you know that most patients spend most of their awake time watching TV. The problem is that television has gotten so sexual, violent, basically anxiety-provoking, exactly the opposite of what we want for our patients to heal. This is what they're watching.
You're all a bunch of ass-ramming uncle fuckers.
You're gonna have to shoot them in the head. But warning, they may shoot you.
On the bad days, 1 time a day if I could, to 4 or 5, 6 times a day.
Mother.
I'll stop there. But heroin use, dead bodies, all kinds of things like that. Stuff that produces not the results that you want, but in fact, cortisol, adrenaline, not stuff that you want people to be binging on in hospitals especially, or anywhere. Meanwhile, in a parallel universe, this comedian named Craig Shoemaker was having his own revelation about how to use comedy for healing therapy. So Craig, by the way, that's his Wikipedia picture. I just love that.
There it is. Yes.
Come on in here. Let's get you on screen. And now you're on screen. There you are.
Hey, everybody. I'm in Las Vegas in a hotel room. By the way, Frank, do you know what they do in a casino to make you gamble or to make you dizzy? They pump oxygen in the casino, and it makes people nuts. They have all this oxygen. This one guy, he's going, I hit all the numbers, I hit all the numbers, I hit all the numbers. I'm like, yo, buddy, you're on the elevator. gotta chill it out. So I'm very happy to be here. You're all dressed up here, and I'm not wearing pants. If I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not wearing pants right now. So I'm sure that turned a lot of you off. So I wish I was there with you. I really do. I wish I was there with you. I love live. I love being live. And after quarantine, no one wishes I was there more than my family. My wife is now booking me. She's calling Guam. He'll take half. Get the hell out of here. Yes. Anybody else not getting laid? Anybody else not getting laid during the pandemic? My wife hit menopause, which means put men on pause. I'm pretty sure that's what it means. I'm on pause right now. She actually, this is a true story. By the way, comedy comes from truth. She has a book on her nightstand. It's called Vagina, a Love Story. I swear to you. I got her a book called Penis. Remember me? Anyway. So, Frank, I guess I should tell everybody about how I have this organization called Laughter Heals. And I've been doing comedy for years and at a pretty high level, and I really enjoy it. I love making people laugh. And I also love being around people that make me laugh. That's how we bond. How people make you feel is so much more important than anything in life. And laughter and love, they're just, to me, it's laugh out love. So I have this bonding with many audience members. I got to tell you, I don't know if you know this, Frank, but one time years ago, someone came up to me after the show and they said, "Great show." I said, "Oh, thank you." No, I said, "No, really, we have to thank you. We were told we couldn't have a child. And we went home, and my husband did the Love Master, this character I do, Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, I love you so good. Your neighbor will have a smoke, baby. Oh, yeah. 6 feet social distance, 6 feet. That's just the tip, baby. Oh, yeah. I'll have you begging like PBS on a pledge drive. That's right, baby. Yeah. So anyway, it's kind of creepy doing this from a hotel room into a group on a Zoom. Anyway, so a little creepy. But anyway, so the guy must have done it. They loosened up and they weren't trying. When you force and try anything in life, it's that you're not in flow. And he did this. They were in flow. They were laughing. We're trying to have a child anymore. They were told they couldn't have one. And they had a baby girl. They conceived a baby girl, not named Craigolina or anything like that. But so that kept happening. All these people would tell me, like Brett and Mindy, I said, "You should go to my comedy show." They couldn't have a child. Boom. And baby Cooper was born. And ironically, I adopted a child at the time, and Mindy would have breast milk, and it was like she was delivering drugs to us. So my son Jared had Cooper's breast milk, from Mindy, and so it was like full circle because laughter brought about this child. And so, cut to I was in Arizona filming a movie with one of my best friends, Michael Goldberg, who wrote Cool Runnings, Little Giants. He's a great comedy writer. We're bonded. We're from Philadelphia, and Karen says, his wife said, we're in a condo. She says, "I'm ovulating." I said, "Do the Love Master. It works." So Gold's tried it. Every guy that tries it, by the way, they all sound like, a foghorn leg going, "I'm the Love Master. Oh, yeah." Anyway, so they laughed. I went and got sandwiches. I came back, and baby Kayla was born 9 months later. So it was one more affirmation that this laughter thing works. How it loosens it up. Obviously, you know the benefits of laughter. Everyone here does. So a year and a half after that, he got brain cancer, and they gave him 3 months to live. And that was I call it my ha-ha moment. That's when it wasn't about me anymore. It wasn't just about performing and getting accolades. This really was truly about purpose. And I started the Laughter Heals. We worked in a cancer facility. I developed this Laugh for Life therapy program, guided laughabitations. I teach that. I still do. I coach it a lot right now, and it's awesome, the results. They gave him 3 months to live. And I said, that's it. He showed up for every one of them. He took all the prescriptions, getting off the news, go to more comedy shows, exchange comedy movies. And he lived 15 years past that prognosis of 3 months. He had a will to live. He had a reason to live. And his daughter got to, know him. She was a year and a half old when this happened. And I visited him in hospice at the end. He was in a coma. We filmed this for a movie. We're doing a documentary, and he was in a coma, and he was just staring. I said, Golds, do you know I'm here? He didn't know I was there. And I said, well, what can I do for him, I said, I leaned into him. I said, you want me to jerk you off? You want me to give you a handy? he came out of a coma, and he goes, ah! And he laughed. He passed away 3 days later, and I felt so good about my life and my purpose that I was able to bring joy and laughter to him all the way to the end. We didn't have a funeral, we had a funeral, and we made fun of him the entire time. It was awesome. Everybody laughed, we celebrated his life, and I so believe in laughter healing. I also believe this is how we deal with our pain. I came out of the womb with pain. My dad left when I was born. Something I said, wah, he was gone. So, my mom raised us. My mom had to raise, she played both roles. She come home from work. When your father gets home, I'm here. Wash the dishes, pull my finger. It was a 50-50 shot. I never know what I was gonna get. I grew up with all females in the household. My first shave was something called an epilady. So to deal with my pain, I would try to fix my mom up with guys because she was so angry. Oh, cut it. All right, Frank.
Sorry, you're on a roll. I get it. So tell us what is happening with Laughter Heals.
Laughter Heals is an organization. It's a nonprofit, certified nonprofit. We are actually getting together with you as well, building apps and these Laughter Life therapy programs. I'm doing a ton of coaching and teaching on how to alchemize laughter and turn it into gold in your life. And it's so important. Everybody here knows all the benefits, and we just need to spread the word on take laughter seriously. I have a podcast now called Enlightened Up, and I have great guests on there, and we talk about we all need to enlighten the F up these days. So we discuss this all the time, and we really are offering the medicine that people need. But first, they have to become aware of it. So it's a supply and demand. You got to first have the demand, and there's never been a demand more. Now, we're so divided. This country's gone nuts, I figured out why we lead the world in hoarding toilet paper. We have the most assholes. So anyway. So that's what we're about. That's what we're about. That's why Frank and I are aligned, and we're working together. We got to spread this message of joy and laughter and happiness, and give people like Golds a reason to live our lives and truly live to laugh.
Everybody, let's hear it for Craig Shoemaker. And just by a show of hands, how many people think that he should be a speaker here next year? Okay. Anyone abstain? No. Ferris?
Now, by the way, my family are all raising their hands as long as it's out of town.
Mesa, Arizona,
get 'em
next
out of
year. Yeah.
Well, you can reach me at craigshoemaker.com, by the way. Write me a note, say hello, craigshoemaker.com. And by the way, it's Shoemaker, not Schumacher. It drives me nuts. I love Mr. Schumacher. You make shoes, you don't mock shoes, all right? Unless they're Crocs. Those you can mock.
Those you mock. Mock the Crocs.
You know what the holes are for? So your self-esteem can slip out. I have like 5 pair and a minivan, so life is over for me. It doesn't matter anymore.
Craig, this is absolutely
by the way,
fantastic.
there is good news about a minivan. You never get pulled over in a minivan. You could be doing Mach 5, wheelies, donuts. You could have a hooker strapped to your hood smoking crack. The cops will go, let him go. He suffered enough. The guy's driving a Dodge Caravan. What can we do to him he hasn't done to himself already? So it was great to be with all of you this morning. I really do look forward to being with you live. I hope that can happen soon. Get in touch with me and say hello. And we're all going to spread the word of laughter together. We're starting a laughter movement. That's what we need to do. We need to have a movement.
LaughterHeals.org is the website. LaughterHeals.org, and there's a contact button on LaughterHeals.org. Yeah.
You just go to craigshoemaker.com and say hello, and I'm just loving it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great. Craig, thank you so much.
Thank you all.
You're getting a big round of applause here. You know,
Thank
you can
you.
give him a standing ovation too, just because he's on Zoom, guys.
I can't see them anyway.
All right.
We're not wearing pants either.
Oh, they said they're not wearing pants. I can't send you the video.
Oh, nice. All right.
All right, talk to you later, Craig.
See you guys.
All right. So, back to our regularly scheduled programming. So that's why Craig promotes laughter. He did his 3 minutes of stand-up, and you just watched a comedy video, so you probably feel a little better than you did before that started. Get some agreement on that? Yes. Okay, good. Thank you for speaking, because I cannot hear your heads rattling from here. So we wanted to test this. So the most recent test we did was at the USC Norris Cancer Hospital, and the question was, do comedy videos improve the patient experience? We used the LaughMD app with oncology patients. It was run by myself and the esteemed Dr. Jacek Pinsky. I was a professor at USC for many years, and we asked this question of the patients. We asked, did you enjoy the videos? Did they improve your mood, make you feel less nervous, anxious, or scared, that sort of a thing. Here was my favorite question. If you had pain, did the videos help to lower your pain? And these are the survey results. On all the questions, the answers were pretty close to 100%, except this one about lowering pain. But when you analyzed it, it showed that 91% of those with pain said it lowered their pain levels.
Wow. Wow.
That's pretty good. That's better than aspirin, that's better than Tylenol, and that's even better than pot brownies. Yeah. Less with less side effects, exactly, yeah. So we'll talk, I'll hook you up. All right. So we did a couple of other tests at the Institute for Genetic Medicine. After an hour of comedy, the healthcare providers there were 94% less stressed. And at Chapman University, 13% reduction in stress in just 3 minutes, and it made the front page of their website for a week. So that's not too bad.
You're out of the bathroom. Good for you.
I'm out of the bathroom, yes. Thank you. So who does this sort of thing? And that is you. You guys are the innovators and early adopters. I'm an innovator for having created this. You guys are early adopters, or as I call you, the handsome and beautiful people who showed up to my event here.
Thank you.
The early majority are people who are at the conference but didn't quite make it to this session. The late majority are the people who will come to my session next year. And then the laggards are people who don't get my jokes. Okay, all right, I was checking. So why would you want to play comedy videos in a captive environment? Why, a captive environment is like hospitals where you're in a bed. It's dialysis, it's cancer, especially chemotherapy, or it's drug and alcohol recovery facilities where they take your iPad, your phone, and your computer away from you for 30 days. Yeah, we'll get to that. So these are the benefits of humor for the patients. This is stuff you already know. This is the benefits for the staff. So here's the USC staff.
Oh, could you go back
using
to
it?
That's good, the first one, just for 1 second.
Sure.
It's a cute dot. Oh,
Okay. That's actually me in the morning before coffee.
Will we get a copy of this PowerPoint?
If you want it, sure. Yes, absolutely. It's good to be unique. And here's the benefits for the staff. Now, this you may know some of, and you may not know, or you can just look up if you're bored with me. And this is my favorite part, the benefits for the facility. Because if you want to bring this to a facility, you've got to show the benefits to the facility. My favorite one is that we collect billable information. We perform billable procedures with this. I'll show you on the app in just a minute. So this can actually pay for itself or turn a profit at a facility.
Did you do this in drug and alcohol yet?
We've tested it, yeah. We have tested it. Now what you don't want to do, you don't want to use the cable TV channel Comedy Central. Don't play Comedy Central on your TVs. It's gross, it's edgy, it's negative humor. We all know what negative humor's benefits are, which are not as good as positive humor. It's really aimed at 20-somethings in an urban environment, so I wouldn't suggest using Comedy Central, but, and you don't want to just watch regular old TV or YouTube, too many commercials. It's unvetted, you know, stuff can be unfunny. You can be radicalized any minute. Just to give you one example of a guy on YouTube, this little hippie dude here called Ultra Spiritual Life, 5 years ago, he did funny videos about what it's like to be a vegan or not be a vegan, and what it's like to meditate and do yoga, and he made fun of it, and it was adorable, it was funny. And then he got rich and he started using steroids, and now his videos are why we need more guns. So you have to be careful when you're doing this. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I hope you don't mind commercials. And again, you know, this is for if you just do it without the app. There's going to be commercials. You have to hope that your patients will have a device, hope that they get on the Wi-Fi, hope that they'll read your emails, that sort of a thing. So that's that. Whereas if you use LaughMD, it's a simple, affordable app providing the healing benefits of humor for patients, staff, and a facility's bottom line with data collection for improving outcomes. So let me show that to you now. This is an excellent time to get to know your neighbor.
Hey, we see you on the screen again.
Okay. So this is what we give the patients and the healthcare providers. This is what we give the patients and the healthcare providers at the hospital. So you see, I'm just going to be manipulating this, and you'll see it on screen. So for funny videos, we, rather than pushing content at you, which is what a television does or what a YouTube channel does, we actually break down the categories of comedy so that you will pull it towards you, so that it's something that interests you and say, I want that. So let's say you like sketch comedy and you like SNL. Well, there is the latest from SNL. What, Saturday Night Live? Saturday Night Live, there you go. I used to work there. Or if you're a Monty Python fan or a Key and Peele fan, so that's our sketch comedy. Or maybe you just like funny animals and you just want to watch Grumpy Cat ride around on a Roomba. Let's see if we can get this to play. Here comes my favorite part. The dog comes in. The dog is like, what are you doing? Oh, forget it. So it goes on from there. So that's the sort of thing that we're playing on the apps. And yes, they're curated. Yes, they are hand-selected by two human beings. And yes, there's a question.
Inspirational self-help, is that supposed to be inspirational self-help, or is it comedy inspirational self-help?
It's a little of both. So, for example, there's a laughter therapy teacher in India that I'm friends with, Renga, and he's a laughter speaker in India and all throughout Asia. And so he created a channel of videos for us. They're very funny, and he's very cute. But there's also recovery stars, there's people who have been in cancer. This is Dr. Jeffrey Gurian, who has the Happiness Channel. So there's a lot of different types of content. Thank you for asking about that. So that's the content that's on there. This is how we collect feedback. Now, for the reason we do it as an app, because for every different facility, you can have a different app. So you can put different stuff on it. You can have different questions. So in this one, these are the questions that were asked at USC. You saw those questions already, right? And it's very easy for a patient to fill these out. There you go. And then they hit submit and boom, done, right? But on the other apps, I'll show you in a minute how you can vary the information, the style of doing it. So you've got funny videos, feedback please, more, and this one that you are never ever supposed to touch. You're not supposed to touch this. Should I touch it? None of you pay attention to directions, do you? All right. So this is the simple app. This was the one that was used in oncology settings because it needed to be used really, really dead simple. This is the app for LaughMD recovery, and this is the one that plays in recovery settings, drug and alcohol, rehab, that sort of a thing. So here it's kind of the same thing. You still have your funny videos, and you can watch your funny videos like stand-up comedy, which we really need to get a Paul Cup channel for. But if you want to watch more videos, let's say you want to watch some funny babies or some vlogs, then you have to give us some quantitative information. So have you called your sponsor in the last 24 hours? Have you taken your meds in the last 24 hours? How many days have you been sober? And once I submit that, then I have a bigger selection of comedy. If I want to watch even more videos, I get tired of these, I want to watch more, then I can go here to sketch comedy, because who doesn't want to watch SNL? Well, in order to watch the sketch comedies, you've got to say what step you're on, and you've got to ask if there's any pressing issues, et cetera, et cetera. So once this data is filled out, then you move on, and you can see all the videos. Now, it's not going to let me do it until I fill it all out, but I don't have time for that. So,
What do you do with the data?
that's a really good question. All right. So, in addition, we have the share button. So this is what, let's say, a client, a customer, a patient is going to use at the recovery centers. And so there's a box here for suggestions, a report of bad video, a message to the staff. Hey staff, I want a little help with, I don't know, insurance issues. Great, we'll help you with that, blah, blah, blah. Just tell us what you need to do. And now, boom, an email is generated to the facility and to us as a backup. Of course, this is all HIPAA compliant because the patient information, the patient name and identifying information is concealed. A random number is generated. The random number is all that we have, and then we report back with the random numbers, and then the facility can unlock it with their own key. So here is a secret button, and this is only for caregivers, so only if a caregiver app will do this. And now I can go in and I can see the data. So in here, if the Wi-Fi will permit it, is the patient data for the 3 questions that were asked. And so, come on, baby. Let me try this one. Okay, there. So these are the questions that were answered, the 5 questions. So here we used humans to test it, so that's why their names are there. But this person answered this way, this person answered this way. And you can mix and match the data by hitting this. You can sort it by patient, you can sort it by date and time, you can filter it by anything that you want. And we can take that data, give you the reports that you want, and send it back to you. So let's just say it's a recovery house. Well, what's happening on Fridays? Are people taking their meds on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays? Maybe there's a decline in that. Or what's the overall customer satisfaction rate at your facility? Is it more in the morning, more in the afternoon? There's so many questions that you can answer with this sort of data. You can even collect billable procedures here. So this, for those of you who work in the business, know what a clinical opioid withdrawal scale is. And so here, we can enter your patient ID and then get your resting pulse rate and all that. So this that's about, from my understanding, that's like around $80 to $95 for somebody to fill that out. So you can see how it starts to pay for itself, the app. And there's also stuff for the patient to do, like, what are my future plans? I'm going to make some notes about my future plans, because the patient, whether they're in the hospital, whether they're in chemotherapy, they're all going to have the ability to use this iPad as their buddy. We give you the iPads, and you can see the activities that are going on that day. Oh, wow, cool, there's yoga on the beach, and there's audiobooks, that sort of a thing. And then you can receive a message. We can send one person or everybody a message with this thing. So this kind of becomes your buddy at the facility, wherever you are. Any questions on this so far?
So yes, I have a question.
Sure.
So, I can't just go and purchase the app and upload it onto my own iPad. I have to buy the iPad?
No, we license it to facilities, and we are going to, hold on, do referral fees so that you would get 5% of the license fee, and then AATH will get 5% of the license fee.
Do you need a research partner in Pittsburgh?
I get your drift. And yes, that would be awesome. Yes, thank you. Here, let me show you a little 1-minute compilation of what's actually playing on the app itself. And there you have it. Now, yep, okay. So, yeah, that's what we're playing. It's lots of funny videos, and it's going to benefit AATH. You've seen what it looks like. And since I have extra time, I think I'm going to show one more video that's a funny video that's going to be playing on a LaughMD app near you soon. This is the man himself, P.O.
Yeah, honestly, I just want a grande cup of weed. I mean, can you even do that? That would be insane.
Oh my God, what's going on, people? You want to drink just blow? Swear to God, just make it short and black.
I know it's not easy to get my drink right, so I'll give you the count of 3. Before I break your legs, tie them back together just so I can break them again. Do you know what I mean? Ah, yes. Truth of the matter is, sometimes a man just needs a chai. I'll have a grande mocha frappuccino and a skinny macchiato with no foam.
6! Like it was the wrong Shaggy Scoob!
Ah, tee.
Can I get your autograph?
How do we apply to create a channel of videos for the app?
How do we apply to create a channel? You would just talk to me later and I'll show you how to do it. If you want to learn how to do this for yourself, I'm going to show that to you now too. So here we go. I can end my Zoom call. So this is how you do it. You simply create a playlist. So these are some of the playlists that are on LaughMD. And you would think that, oh, all you have to do is go into the playlist and add a video to this. But that's not how it works. It's not intuitive. So you have your YouTube channel. All right, this is your channel.
And so this is if people were just trying to do this themselves.
If you want to do this yourself, like I said, don't use Comedy Central. Don't just play regular videos. Create playlists for yourself or for your patients, all right? And then the way you do it is, watch this. So where's Surprised Cats, okay? The way you do it is, you actually have to find the video that you want. So I found this video. If you haven't seen Cats Surprised by Cucumbers, all right, this is apparently Cats very surprised by cucumbers. Worth the wait. Now here's how you add it to your playlist. Watch this. You have to click save down here, not intuitive. And then you have to click the box that you want it for. And then only in the bottom left does it say it added the video. It doesn't say it up here. You'd think it would. But now it's added to that playlist. I see your hand. And here's the playlists. And now we go into Surprise Cats. And it should be that when I reload this baby, there it is. Ta-da! Question.
So how are you getting the videos without the commercials that would be if people like actually went to YouTube?
That's a trade secret.
So, and then, are you guys constantly adding new content?
Yes, we're constantly adding new content, yeah. New stuff gets added to playlists all the time. As you saw, SNL was, this week's show. Tonight, when SNL is on, it'll be on there tomorrow morning. Yeah, so it's constantly new stuff. So now you know how to create your own YouTube channels. Once again, go here, click this save button here, and then click that, and then you'll see a little notice in the lower left-hand corner there. That's how you do it. So that's how we do it. That's part of the content that we have. I've revealed a trade secret, is that we create playlists of videos specifically for the app. So we're vetting it, making sure that it's not anything violent, negative, dirty, political, anything like that. And that's about all I have to say. So I ran short, so you guys can either ask questions or get more coffee. Yes?
Do you have any function for filtering by time? So if you have a very short procedure that you want to use the app for, that you know that it's going to fit that small time frame?
Yeah, we can, you can use the app as long as you want to, and the amazing results that you saw were from 5 to 10 minutes on average. This is the next facility that we're in right now. I'm just going to share this data with you. So of the 8 people who've responded to the queries so far, literally all of them liked everything about it, and all of those who had pain, were responding that this helped alleviate their pain, and some of them alleviated more than one symptom with it. And that's in a span of, you see here, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, somebody watched it longer than 20, that sort of a thing. So it acts very quickly. When we did the study at Chapman again, in 3 minutes there was a 13% level in stress reduction. So the timing on it doesn't matter. And the good thing about it being short videos is that you can keep someone's attention span more easily because it's gone and done within 1 minute to 3 minutes. Yes?
So do you, they answer the questions and then they have access to a playlist that's limited amount of time? So you, I'm thinking of in the concept of parental controls, where you have to shut off at a certain time so you don't get too much screen time, which is stimulating.
That sort of thing is coming. It's not present right now. We're at about $100,000 in development costs so far.
And do you guys have tablets have like a blue light filter, so it's not causing that.
We can certainly do that. Again, we give the iPad to the patients in the facility, so it's not something you take home. So if you're watching it at the hospital.
The facility to monitor the time.
Yeah.
About somebody having insomnia.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, people are still grown-ups there, so. Yes?
Do you have it in any, I mean, you don't have it in any pediatric settings, right? I mean, this.
We don't. It's not for pediatric. Kids have so much entertainment at their fingertips, and we don't need to give them more. There's too many issues with parental controls and things like that, and permissions and all that. And
Do you have any published articles about the data that y'all collected so far? Or is there anything that the creators have published?
we haven't published yet, no. Yeah, someone here is going to help me with that, but that's above my pay grade. Yes?
What results are you looking for in rehab facilities, and what have you observed in rehab facilities with regard to the app?
So there's actually a website for the rehab facilities, and it is LaughMD Recovery, and it will tell you all about this. LaughMD Recovery is specifically designed for helping people in recovery, so there's tons of information on LaughMD Recovery, and that really should answer all your questions. Yeah. There's also laughmd.com, which is here, and there's some of my team. Patch Adams is an advisor. Dr. Cynthia Shelby Lane is an advisor. You saw Dr. Jeffrey Gurian as well. And there's Craig Shoemaker. Yeah. So highly recommend it. Here's, the benefits for hospitals. Here's tons and tons of research. And I think we're all going to get out of here early. But, question, please, yes.
So, I know you're referring to people who are at facilities or whatever. What about people who are in, like IOP, they're not in a facility? How can you manage to use this for people in recovery in that situation?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's something that we can work out with the facility depending on their procedures. And again, because we work specifically, we create each app for each facility. It's really individualized that way. And I guess that's it. So I tell you what, how many people would like this app on their phones to try it out? All right, well, we had a little extra time. So here we go. You will have to go to, in the App Store, let me share my screen again. I'm going to do it on screen with you.
Is it on Google Play?
It is on Google Play, but I'm going to do it here. So you want to go to your App Store or your Google Play Store. And then you want to hit the search button. You all know the search button in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, go to the search bar. And give me a second because I will find the code. I'm searching for the LaughMD app that you can have on your phones. Okay, so you're going to search for the words mobile, M-O-B-I-L-E, design, previewer. So search for mobile design previewer. Now, the results will vary depending on your playlist and that sort of thing. But this is the one that you want here. Oh, sorry about that. Here it is. This is the one that you want right here, Mobile Design Previewer.
It's got a square.
That's the icon right there. It's a white square tile with red glasses.
Got it.
Got that.
Okay.
And install.
And install.
And
So that's going to be the general app. Now I've got to give you the username and password so you can use it. All right. And the username and password is... I'll put it up on screen. The username is demo, and the password is 6569, capital D, capital A.
Back up, say that one more time again.
Sure. Let me make that a lot bigger.
Darker.
Would you guys get off the network so I can download this?
And sure, let's make it black.
You're gonna have to upgrade that flip.
Oh, that's much better, black.
All right. 6569, capital D, capital A.
It's not uploaded yet. We're still waiting for the upload. It's dun, 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 dun.
First one to get it wins a prize. A balloon. Oh, you got it. Okay, great. Oh, there it is. Okay, show everybody. Turn it around. Okay.
He wasn't lying to us.
Yes. All right, number 2.
Don't touch.
There you go. All right.
Still loading.
I'm gonna touch it.
Okay. Oh, no. No, don't touch it. So you're receiving the app that we used at USC. This is the simple version of the app that I showed you. This doesn't have a lot of the bells and whistles that the more complicated one does. But my request is, if you want to share it with a facility, you can do that. But if you don't just like put it on your Facebook and say, look at this cool thing I found, and share it with everybody, please be discreet about it. And that's it. So how many people still need help? Because I'll come around and do customer support. But for right now, are there any further questions? Other than, why isn't it working? Yes?
The next step, you're using these different facilities. How about skilled nursing facilities?
That'd be great. Yes.
Move on into that area.
Yes.
They need you.
That would be fantastic. That'd be great. So you can help this company. I swear I tried to do this as a charity because this is not my day job. I really did try to do it as a charity, and nobody cared. We did a Kickstarter campaign. Patch Adams was like, on the front of the Kickstarter campaign. Nobody cared. It cost us more money to do the Kickstarter than we got from the Kickstarter, and that's with Patch Adams' help. So it has to be a for-profit business, but some of the profits are going to go back to AATH.
So do you have a protocol? Like, for example, if I wanted to take this to Mayo Clinic and promote it?
Yeah, we'll just get in touch and I'll work with you on it. Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you some information, yes. All right, there's number 3. Cool. All right. So that's it. That's how you do it. I'm happy to offer tech support since we finished a little bit early here. And thank you all very much.